Hey everyone, how y'all doing? I see that my good friend Jeff has started a thread, and before I go to practice, which is what I'm going to do, I have two shows this week, and so I'm going to work on my solo show tonight. I thought I would respond to his thread on the dark side of the moon. And again, good choice, Jeff. I also want to congratulate Spellerine on his choice on Sergeant Pepper. You know, Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, of course, I have the CD, and I do intend to get a reissue, the 35th anniversary one. This is my third copy at least. It does have the poster, but it doesn't have the postcards. Let's get to these questions. Good threads, it's good to talk about this music. Does the album live up to its hype? Well, I must say that Pink Floyd, unlike the Beatles at first, did get hyped a bit. By the time this album came out, hype was always going on in the music business and entertainment in general, but Pink Floyd definitely live up to the hype about them. This album in particular, just so many things about it are slightly mysterious and cryptic in a way. Just everything from the graphics to all sorts of things that seem to line up synergistically with it. I think there's probably been papers written on Dark Side of the Moon in relation to life and many other things, numerology and things, I would imagine. The next question is, do I like the group? Do I like Pink Floyd? Well, absolutely. And I loved Pink Floyd from the first moment I heard them. First thing I heard by Pink Floyd was, I was very fortunate as a kid to find a 45 on the Tower label of Candy and a Currant Bun in Arnold Lane. I think I was 14, and it was at a mercantile store where there was all this stuff from trucks, and they would always have a table of 45s, and this one happened to be there, and I knew the name Pink Floyd already, and was just knocked out by Candy and a Currant Bun, and Syd Barrett. So absolutely, I love Pink Floyd. Absolutely. I'm going to show the cover for a while because I'm hoping that I can catch, you know how they give you the option for a screen? And I like it when the picture has me holding the record up as opposed to just my sad ass face. You know what I'm saying? We'll continue here. Do I have a favorite song from this album? It's a fairly obvious one, Us and Them. It's always been my favorite song to listen to it. The ambience of the song, the chord changes, the intro and how that goes right into the verse, and then when you get to the chorus with the great descending, magnanimous build up of a chorus, and then it chills back out, and Richard Wright plays that beautifully understated piano solo. It's just a wonderful song. You're asking me to compare Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon to another band. The only thing that comes to mind to me of a parallel type of record, but even more intense for me, is Genesis' Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Maybe in a sense, Dark Side of the Moon is a perfect choice for the next thread, Jeff, because it is an album like Sgt. Pepper, where its significance is really almost undeniable. It's had an impact worldwide. I'm going to go into my feelings about it and then talk about the art. And what I want to say about Dark Side of the Moon was that it was music to live by when it came out. I distinctly remember when this album came out, the time in high school, or my senior year, I believe it was, and smoking a lot of pot, doing a lot of drugs, doing a lot of acid, peyote, whatever I could get my hands on with my good buddies, and no regrets. For any of you folks that would like to have me say something politically correct, I'm telling you the politically correct thing, which is the truth. I have no regrets about my drug use. This record could be heard almost all the time, somewhere, somehow, when it, for years after it came out in Omaha in my life. Myself and my good friends, we listened to a lot of really good music. But Dark Side of the Moon was just something that everyone could vibrate to. And, it's the perfect stoner album. It is. And it's including the song Time, when the alarm clock goes up. Wakes your ass to hell up, because by the time you get to that, if you haven't done anything and just get stoned, you nodding out and shit, you know what I'm saying? Wake the hell up, you know what I'm saying? It's perfect. I think the Dark Side of the Moon, my feelings about it is that whatever Pink Floyd was up to at the time, they got this right. I could easily believe that they stumbled into the genius of this album as much as I could believe that they really knew what they were doing. I imagine in reality it was probably a mixture of the two. Sometimes the stars just line up, and as a musician artist, I will pretentiously claim that title or that word. I'll call myself an artist. Because the thing is, as someone who likes to create, it's a gift. It comes to you. It's like you don't create shit. You manifest. And so, Dark Side of the Moon is an amazing manifestation. The artwork is just so simple and iconic. The pyramid, the prism, the light refracting into the rainbow, upside down pyramid, the opposite, all of the implications of what that artwork can mean on the stark black background in relation to the music, as well as just in relation to knowledge of the antiquities, what man thinks it understands about reality. I think the album can be taken very frivolously, and I think you can go very deep as far as symbolism regarding the artwork. Where do I prefer to listen to it? Not anymore. I don't really prefer to listen to it. I've heard it, just so much. When I was listening to it, how did I prefer to listen to it? Very stoned and on a very good stereo where I don't have to move too much. And have I tripped to this album? Damn straight, Is it essential? Oh, hell yeah. I'll just go ahead and just not dance around my opinion, you want to know. And it is interesting that in collecting different types of things, some things are considered essential if you're collecting that. Like, so, for example, in record or music collecting, if you collect rock based on the Western concept of rock, and you want to have cornerstone rock history records like Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 4 and Dark Side of the Moon and Beatles Abbey Road, and I'm just going to stop at Rolling Stones, and I'm going to stop there because we all have our own variations on what we think those cornerstone albums are. I think it's real fair and easy to say that many, many people would agree that Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon is indeed an essential cornerstone album of a modern day rock and roll music collection. Excellent thread, Jeff. And see you soon.